If you watched her interview with Oprah not long ago, I mean, she rivals Biden when it comes to utter incompetence and their lack of oratory skills. And she was absolutely terrible in that interview and said a whole lot of nothing, which she seems to specialize in. And so, again, I think if the media actually did their job, more people would be aware of how incompetent she is, because it's a lot of word salad and she says a whole lot of nothing. And you know what? It's actually helping her, because no one knows where she stands on any issues, because she never says anything about anything. And I think that kind of amorphous, nebulous platform that she's now running on may actually help her, again, with the assist of the
So she
media.
speaks in riddles.
Yeah.
It could be taken any way.
Yeah. So you think it's enough to run a vibes campaign?
I think right now it seems to be working against Donald Trump. I don't think she necessarily needs to have a well-defined, crystallized, elucidated platform. She clearly doesn't. She doesn't have any solutions for the economy. She hasn't articulated any solutions for the border. In her debate with Donald Trump, she didn't posit any good policy positions, yet somehow she's neck and neck with Trump in a lot of states and even beating him. So based on the data, yeah, it's working for her.
I think that it's clearly been a situation where a vibes candidate is acceptable. I think that that's what got President Obama elected. Yeah. Obama's entire hope and change platform allowed the listener to insert what hope and change meant to them into what Obama was saying. So his entire campaign was platitudes and hope and change, and it was crafted so well, and he's such a great orator that the listener could just say, well, this is what he's saying, even though he never said that. You were just imparting what you wanted, what you thought hope and change meant. So it's been this way for, and he arguably, even George Bush, like when he won in 2000, you talk to people and people were like, well, he's the guy I want to have a beer with. And I think that people, even people that think that they are like, mostly reasonable and rational, I think that, most people actually vote with their gut and vote based on vibes more than they do but based on policy. There are some people, like people that are into politics, sure, but it's like 2 or 3% of the population. And you've got everybody in the United States that's over 18 can vote, So,
And Trump has a strong vibe. There are people
absolutely
who love Trump's vibe, especially when it was fresh and on the scene in 2016.
I think vibes is not like, I think that vibes is more than just enough. I think vibes is what you have to have. If you're a policy wonk, like they call you a policy wonk, and you don't really relate to people, right, and you'll lose. So I think vibes are not just, I think vibes are not just enough. I think that it's more important to be able to have an ability to communicate with people in a way that they feel like you're going to provide them with what they're looking for, whatever that is.
The DeSantis campaign.
That's what I was going to say. Yeah. It reminds me of this feedback that he wasn't able to talk.
Policy genius.
Yeah.
Right. He's got great policies, but he's maybe more introverted or not able to just have the charisma. Because that's what you're saying. It's not that Obama exclusively ran a vibes campaign, but he had the charisma to sell the vibe.